What is good, Ninja? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. I want to first and foremost say thank you so much to all the support out there. You guys are really awesome. I really do appreciate that all. But if I'm not like screaming or yelling into the mic in every single video, that doesn't mean I'm tired, guys. Like, that does not mean I'm tired or I haven't got enough sleep or whatever the case is. It just means that I'm mellow at that point in time. Now, there's some times where I get more excited about the news and I'll be more kind of like animated, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I'm tired if I'm talking just kind of in a normal tone as far as my voice goes. So we don't need to sit there and say every single time, it's like, man, he seems tired. I'm fine, guys. Trust me. I got an amazing job as far as what I do for you guys. I really do appreciate each and every single comment, each and every single subscriber. You guys are amazing. We've been doing very good on the channel, and let's just go ahead and keep this up. Now, with that all out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into the news. Tiny Barbarian DX for the Nintendo Switch launches on October 10th in North America. A platform jumping, sword swinging 2D adventure from Nicalis. So Tiny Barbarian DX will launch for the Nintendo Switch both physically and digitally on October 10th in North America for $29.99, publisher Nicalis has announced. The complete Steam version will be released shortly after. Initial print run of the physical copies will include a full-color instruction booklet and a PVC keychain of the Tiny Barbarian in a microfiber pouch braided with the game's logo. The game's box art was created by Susumu Matsushita, who has done the cover art for hundreds of issues of Weekly Famitsu. Here is an overview of the game via Nicalis. A tremendously satisfying platform jumping / sword swinging 2D adventure from developer Skuid Games. Tiny Barbarian DX is easy to learn and hard to master. I'm not saying I hate tutorials in video games, says designer Michael Stearns, but the game starts out by telling you the functions of 2 buttons, then sets you on a mountain surrounded by enemies where you will surely die. Well, that sounds fun. Now, moving on to the second part of this overview. The presentation may be pixel art perfection, but Tiny Barbarian DX is not afraid to take a few liberties with the retro gaming aesthetic. You might see the occasional transparency effect or hear more instruments in the soundtrack than you probably remember from your old 16-bit game cartridges. And the super widescreen aspect ratio is an obvious concession to modern displays. But it's all done with great taste and supreme reverence for the games that paved the way, some of which are directly referenced in the level designs and gameplay. And of course, you can see the announcement trailer, which is kind of funny with the dude flexing and then showing off the gameplay. This game looked completely different as far as the cover art than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to look like Maximo or something like that when I first saw the cover art, but then they showed the gameplay and it's all old school and pixel art and all that, and not necessarily my favorite type of games, just as far as the art style goes. Now, the gameplay seems pretty dope, but just the art style. And Nicalis games are, like I said, always so weird as far as what they do. They seem like they have a huge base of people who loves and buys their games. They're one of the few, I wouldn't even call them an indie developer, really. I mean, they do some games, but they're publishing a lot of games right now. So they're a lot bigger than what they were beforehand, and they're really like showing their muscle here on the Nintendo Switch with tons of games coming out, tons of publishing. So yeah, man, I mean, it's cool. They're putting out these type of games with physical and digital. They're releasing a lot of games in the first 9 months of the Nintendo Switch, and they don't plan to slow down because it seems like sales of all their games are doing very well. So what do you guys think about Tiny Barbarian DX on the Nintendo Switch? Will you be picking it up in addition to other Nicalis games like Cave Story Plus with the new co-op mode and some of the other stuff that they have that looks really good, like Blade Strangers? That's probably the game that I'm most excited about from Nicalis. Looks like a really cool 2D fighting game, kind of like Skullgirls in the same type of vein with the art style, or even like Blaze Blue, something like that. So let me know what you guys think about Nicalis and Tiny Barbarian DX on the Nintendo Switch in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next article here, we have the updated final box art for Resident Evil Revelations collection on the Nintendo Switch, in addition to a fact sheet that kind of varies a little bit differently from what I read off to you guys before. It's pretty much the same, but I think they condensed things a little bit more from the official site. So let's go ahead and show off this nice box art that we have here. It actually looks really good, and it's different from the tentative one. Now, just to talk about this, I think I kind of like the tentative one more than I like the final box art. Now, the final box art compares, or not compares, but it like combines the bluish and the red eye. So it kind of combines both of the different box arts from Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 into one, which is actually pretty cool. But Resident Evil Revelations, how they had the box art before, clearly shows you that you get both of those games. But this game is for core gamers, so I think most people who are picking this up are going to know that you get 2 games. I do feel that overall the box art, as far as the final box art, is much cleaner and a good blend between Resident Evil Revelations 1 and Resident Evil Revelations 2. Now let's get into the fact sheet here just so you guys know, because some people are still kind of confused on what this game offers over the PS4 and Xbox One versions, and I honestly think this is the definitive version of the game, even though those games, as far as Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2, are on PS4 and Xbox One. You probably want to pick up this one, and I'll tell you guys the reason why. So let's get into the features first. Reveal both horrors in HD. Play as series favorites Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield, and Barry Burton in 2 acclaimed survival horror games, either at home, on your TV, or on the go in handheld or tabletop mode. Nintendo Switch exclusive features. Immerse yourself deeper into the horror through optional Joy-Con motion controls and HD Rumble compatibility. Use the right Joy-Con to aim your shots and swing knife attacks. Flick it up to reload. Shake the left Joy-Con to escape enemy attacks when grabbed. Raid mode returns with new options. Head online to take on hordes of enemies in the replayable raid mode. In Revelations 2, there's also an option to pass a Joy-Con to a friend and take on a horde together locally, which is actually a really great feature. Now, another big thing about this one is that all the DLC is included, all downloadable content and episodes previously released for Resident Evil Revelations and Resident Evil Revelations 2 are included. Now, the game will be launching on November 28th, and you can get it separately as far as digital goes for $20 each, or you can buy the collection pack, which comes with a physical copy of Resident Evil Revelations 1 and a digital code for Resident Evil Revelations 2 for $40. So there is no real physical version of Resident Evil Revelations 2, and you can't buy the physical version of Resident Evil Revelations 1 by itself. If you want it by itself, it has to be digital. If you want Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2, you're going to automatically get a copy of Resident Evil Revelations 1 physical and then Resident Evil Revelations 2. So just so you guys do know that. The reason why I really like this is because that is a ton of content to be packing in for $20 each, especially Resident Evil Revelations 2. That game, to me, would have done much better as far as review scores and what was going down if it included all of the content right then and there. If it included local co-op, which you're having on Nintendo Switch. If it included all the episodes, all the DLC, the Albert Wesker, and everything that you can do in the raid mode, and it wasn't the episodic stupidity that we saw before with some of the gameplay quirks, I think the game would have rated easily in the mid to high 80s, because it was actually in the high 70s with the episodic stupidity that was going on. Now that you get everything together, it's a much better game than it was before, because the solid mechanics from Resident Evil Revelations 1 are actually improved in Resident Evil Revelations 2, and it feels like that old school Resident Evil. The third person, you're playing with the characters that you know and love. You're not first person VR simulating things. So to me, it's more of a Resident Evil than VR simulation Resident Evil, which is weird. So in my opinion, I really like what they're doing with Resident Evil Revelations 2. I've already beat 1 and played it on multiple systems. I beat it on the 3DS. I beat it also on the Wii U. I'm not sure if I'm going to replay that one, but Resident Evil Revelations 2, I will be playing that one just because I have not beat all that. I have not even touched the raid mode and stuff, so I'm looking forward to that one more than anything. And of course, playing it on the go and on the TV, that's really awesome. But the biggest thing for me is the actual controls in the game, because it gives you new ways to play that actually are functional. I remember playing Resident Evil 4 on the Wii and being very delighted with the controls in that game, and now we actually have improved Joy-Con controls with this, and no cord going in between. You have completely wireless on that one as well, and just the Nintendo Switch where it's portable in addition to on home, on the TV. So to me, it's going to be a very good experience when it comes to Resident Evil Revelations 2 and the motion controls and the IR as far as the aiming goes. You're going to be able to pick people off a lot faster in raid mode and throughout the game. So I'm looking forward to that. So let me know what you guys think about Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 as far as the collection on Nintendo Switch, the features. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last article here. Fire Emblem Warriors Special Edition on the Nintendo Switch is live as far as the pre-order goes on Best Buy. And this is one of the things that I really like about Best Buy, is because they wait before they say, okay, you can pre-order it, so you don't get the mass craziness of people that just flood bought it right then and there when it goes up on all the different other places like GameStop and all that, because I think this went live about a week and a half ago or something like that. As soon as it was announced, it went live on multiple different places, and I was like, whatever, you know, I'm just gonna wait till Best Buy does it, because Best Buy has the best deals. And I was able to pick it up, and still at this point, because this was announced like earlier with the pre-orders, it's still available from the time that I'm recording this video. So if you do want to get the special edition, the Fire Emblem Warriors special edition, which comes with a lot of great stuff in there, and we can go over some of those things, you can do so right there at Best Buy. Now, if you're part of the Best Buy Gamers Club, you can actually get it for $63.99. Now, I actually picked it up for that price. Then, of course, with tax, it went up to $68, and then I had my $5 coupon from buying my games from there, so then it lowered it back down to about $63, which is pretty much the standard price of a game if you're buying it for $59.99 with tax. So I was very hyped and thrilled that I pretty much got the special edition for the same price as the regular edition as far as the game goes, because this is normally $79.99, and since it's higher, you actually save a higher amount because it's 20% off of new games. So yes, very excited about this, and I cannot wait to pick it up. As far as what you get with the special edition, you do get the Nintendo Switch game, a dual-sided poster, 3 CDs with music from the game, 25 character cards, and slip case to hold the cards. So awesome stuff, a lot of great extras and additions put into there. So I'm really excited about Fire Emblem Warriors, especially the special edition. I'll make sure to do an unboxing for you guys, because yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to go through as far as the unboxing and then playing the game, because we're going to be playing that game quite a bit. I'm a huge Fire Emblem fan, as many of you guys know, and I'm really looking forward to this game. I've already talked about it enough. I don't know what else to talk about when it comes to the gameplay, so when more stuff comes in as far as news on Fire Emblem Warriors, you guys know what channel to tune it into, because I'll definitely have that for you guys. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier, be entered to win some awesome prizes each month. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize each up tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.